Hi, Dobby the Fixing Alf here. In this video I'll be showing how to temporarily fix a tyre using a plug style repair kit. Please note that the tyre used in this video was one I picked up from the scrapyard for the purpose of making this video, and it will not be going on the road. It's too worn out for that. So the first step is to find where your puncture is. In this case it's a screw. I just use a bit of soapy water for video purposes, just so you can see where the leak actually is on camera. The next step is to remove any air that's inside the tyre. I'm using this valve remover here. This will make it easier to do the repair itself, as you won't be fighting against air pressure. The next step is to remove the object that is puncturing the tyre itself. This can vary depending on what the item is that is puncturing the tyre. In this case it's a screw, so I just use my multi-tool to unscrew the screw out of the tyre. If you use a nail or a thorn, you can use pliers to pull it out. Hence good reason to carry a multi-tool in the car, just to make it easier to do these sort of things. Plus it's always useful to have a multi-tool on you. While on the subject of this multi-tool, I have made a what's in the toolbox on this, so I'll leave a link down in the description to it if you want to have a look at the actual what's in the toolbox on this. And we've just about got the screw out now, so we'll move on to the next part. The next step is to enlarge the hole that we took the screw out of. To do this we use the spiral tool that comes in the kit, and then we get it into the hole and we turn it clockwise. This can be quite tricky. I found the best technique is to hold the base and then twist it clockwise whilst applying pressure to push it in. Once you get it started it does go quite easy. This just clears a path for the next step, which will be shown in a minute. It can take a little while. I won't bore you with that. I will skip to the end where the hole is already enlarged for you now. And here we are at the end of this section of the repair. It normally takes about 5 minutes to do this. The next step is to take the reaming tool and remount the hole. This simply clears away a load of extra debris and also gives a rougher surface for the patch to stick to, or the plug to stick to, should I say. So all you have to do is just push the reamer in and out, just pull it in and out of the hole. It will be quite tough to begin with, as you see me struggling with this one, but once you get it going, it comes out nice and easy. And that's where you want a nice, easy to pull out reamer, so then you can move on to the next step. Now we need to load up the plug onto the insertion tool. This is done. The easiest way I found is with a pair of pliers. So you take your plug out of the plastic packaging, as you see me do here. They are quite sticky, so it can be quite tough to get out. So what you need to do is insert it into the tool and then pull it through with a pair of pliers till it's about halfway through. And once you have it about halfway through, it's ready to go into the hole. I will say this step is quite tricky, and the best thing I found is to keep the plug vertical with the hole, so the thickest part is facing upwards. I found that really helps. Now it's time to make the repair itself. So we need to stick the insertion tool into the hole and slowly twist clockwise whilst pushing down. This is quite a slow process. You just need to push and twist. It takes a few minutes to do, so I sped this up a bit so you don't have to sit through 2 minutes of me pushing the plug into a hole. After a little while of twisting and pushing down, it'll start to form into like a chewing gum consistency. So it'll look like someone stuck chewing gum to your tyre. And that's what we're after really. So you just keep doing this until you get to that point. And then once you get it so it's all mounted together, what you need to do is remove the tool. I find it's best to hold the patch in place as you pull out. So we have a couple of little steps left to complete now. The first of which is to trim off the excess plug. So just use a knife just to cut it off. Be careful not to nick the tyre when you're doing this, as you don't want to damage the tyre that you've just repaired. And as I said earlier in the video, this is a tyre I got from the scrapyard just to make this video. I didn't want to ruin a good tyre by putting a hole in it, but this one was worn out, so I thought perfect job for this. And yeah, the other job we need to do is pump the tyre back up. So as you see, I'm putting my air pump on here now. As you can see, the tyre is now up to 2.7 bar, or about 40 psi, which is quite a good pressure for this tyre. And I'm just testing it with some soapy water again. As you can see, there's no bubbles, so the repair is a successful repair. I've made 2 repairs in this tyre, as you can see here, and both of them are airtight. Obviously it goes without saying that these types of repairs are just temporary, and you should get the tyre replaced or repaired by a professional as soon as possible. If you enjoyed this video, why not drop a like? Any questions or feedback? Let me know in the comments. I normally drop 2 videos a week, so if you haven't subbed to the channel yet, you should, and then you'll never miss another video. Do you know anyone else who would enjoy watching this video? Then feel free to share it with them. Thanks for watching until the end. Have a sensational day.